There are two hardware announcements Google made at Google I/O 2019. One is the Pixel 3a, which is the company's latest phone, but also there's the Nest Hub Max. It's essentially a Google Home Hub, which is also getting a rebrand. Basically, Google is switching to the Nest branding for some of its home products. So the Google Home Hub is going to be now called the Nest Hub, and now the new entry is the Nest Hub Max, which is essentially a larger-than-life version with bigger and better speakers, a bigger screen, and a camera that allows you to do a lot more than ever before. Let's check it out. So the Nest Hub Max does a lot of what the Google Home Hub does, except it's now called the Nest Hub. So you have two Nest Hub products. Essentially, this is giving you a bigger screen, a 10-inch screen specifically, and the camera is the real highlight here because it enables a bunch of extra features. One of the coolest features in the Nest Hub Max is called Facematch. So currently you have voice match, which recognizes what you're saying to Google to present information particular to that individual. However, with Facematch, you can just have the camera identify you as a person through the camera, and it'll then present relevant information. So for example, if I walk in front of the Hub Max, I'll see information relevant to me, such as traffic, weather, music stations that are relevant, and things like that. However, if someone else in the household walks up to the camera, they won't get that information. They'll get information tailored to them. So that's what Facematch is all about. It's essentially identifying who is in the household, and at that moment that the camera recognizes them, presenting that information to that person so that it's not just showing all the information available to everyone in the household. Now, if you're worried about privacy, the data that's stored from Facematch is encrypted and stored on device, so it never goes to Google's clouds. However, there's also a camera switch, a physical mute switch for the microphone and the camera on the back of the device, so you can toggle that to turn it off completely. There's also an electronic switch that you can turn off the camera in the software settings so that you can still talk to Google Assistant instead of shutting everything down completely. The Nest Hub Max, like its name implies, means a bigger and better experience. So you're getting a 10-inch HD screen. That means watching things like from YouTube TV is just bigger compared to the Nest Hub, which is a smaller size. You're also getting better speakers. There's two tweeters on the front and one woofer on the back. So overall, you're getting a better sound experience. So you can totally use the Nest Hub Max to watch all sorts of content, whether you're in a kitchen or just by your bedside. With the Nest branding, there's also Nest Cam. So essentially you can use the Hub Max to check in on your home when you're away. So if you're pulling up the Nest app, the Nest Cam app on your phone, you can then see who's in your house just to see if there's any disturbances or just check in now and then. And of course, one of the other big features is the ability to use the camera to video call people. It works with Google Duo, which is available for iOS and Android, and you can also duo people with a Chrome browser, so you're not restricted to just phones. Duoing them doesn't mean that you can also see them on the screen, but the camera also tries to make sure everyone in the frame is still visible, so it does a little moving around, it sort of pans and zooms on the subject. So if you're moving around a lot, like if you're in the kitchen while talking to someone else, the camera tries to follow you as best as possible. You can also leave video messages, and these will sort of pop up if the camera recognizes it's me, and then it'll pop up that I have a video message from someone else because it understands that I'm looking at the camera and it presents me with that relevant information. And essentially you're getting the same features you get with the Google Home Hub, now known as the Nest Hub, such as the ability to control your smart home products, as well as just the ability to ask Google Assistant just about anything. And of course, the screen will also act as your digital photo frame. If you connect it with Google Photos, it'll essentially just keep sliding photos that you want it to show. So you can select it from your family and friends to just things that you think look really good in specific albums as well. The Nest Hub Max matches the Amazon Echo Show's price, but I think it goes a step further with AI features, especially with the camera. I think there's a lot of genuinely useful features there, but Google manages to keep it sort of privacy-minded, so there's a lot of ways that you can not use some of those camera features if you don't want to. But again, at that point, if you're not really thinking that you're going to use some of those camera features, you may as well save your money and buy a Nest Hub, which doesn't have a camera at all, or maybe just don't even buy a smart display product at all. The Nest Hub Max is available this summer. It's going to cost $229, but if you still kind of want a Nest Hub instead, the smaller one, it's now available for a price cut at $129, and the standard Google Home is also getting a price cut at just $99.